Leonard Cohen and Living Life with Microscopic Precision. On Tuesday, December the 8th, 2020, University of Alberta medical students hand-delivered to my home a stunning microscope lapel pin, thanking me for my participation in the November 24th Mix and Mingle Global Health Evening Session. The thoughtful gift made me think back to my 3-day visit to Leonard Cohen in Montreal in November 2005, when we discussed living life with microscopic precision and his use of that same phrase in his remarks when he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame the next year in 2006. During the 2005 visit, he gave me a copy of his poetry book, The Book of Mercy, in which he wrote this dedication: to Kim, great artist of the surreal. Thanks for all your help, Leonard. It was during our discussion of Leonard's 1966 visit to Edmonton and the group's posing for poses similar to his 1966 images with the Sisters of Mercy from the song that he first decided that I was surreal. Surprisingly, during that visit, Leonard had many more questions about my life and about standard setting in medicine than I had for him. He was particularly fascinated by the concept of borderline changes, which is a controversial issue in the Banff classification I created. Leonard Cohen was good friends with travel writer Pico Iyer, who espoused the idea that the best travel is travel in the mind, something especially relevant to this pandemic period. He often wrote about living between the cracks and outside fixed categories. Iyer penned the liner notes for 4 of Leonard Cohen's albums. Leonard Cohen died on November 7th, 2016 at the age of 82. During the 2017 memorial concert at the Bell Centre in Montreal, a year after his death, the oversized program distributed to the audience contained, among other things, only 2 pages reproduced from his notebooks. And those 2 pages showed the possible influence that my visit in 2005 had on the lyrics for what became the best song on his final album, Treaty. Amazing, like he was reaching out to me from beyond the grave. The initial draft of the song Treaty, written on July 31st, 2006, the same kitchen table where many of our conversations took place, contained the word borderline 5 times. Eventually, over the next 10 years, he refined the text and 4 of the 5 borderlines were lost, and the final version of Treaty was created. The message I give the medical students to consider embracing a life without precedent, do not be afraid to be different, is relevant here. Leonard Cohen remembered me because I stood out as different. Leonard Cohen remembered Edmonton because of the 2 University of Alberta students he met here in 1966, who he wrote about in the song The Sisters of Mercy. They dared to be different. And because it was while he was in Edmonton that he made the decision to become a singer-songwriter, realizing that he could not make a living as a poet and novelist. That was a different decision. Edmonton changed his life for the better. My other message goes along with the first. Hang on to those things that make you interesting. Eventually, having talents outside of medicine will make you a better leader and give you creativity and instincts that will make you better able to deal with the challenges of the future. Leading a life without precedent is the best preparation for dealing with challenges in the future that are like nothing we've ever seen before. Novelty in yourself helps deal with novelty in your environment. Conformity is so last century. Thanks for listening.